Nuggets.
It's splattered everywhere.
What?
The sody water.
Cheers. Wow, you didn't even wait for me. Cheers, mate.
Sober.
Well, guys, take a look at this, huh? Take a look. Oh, it doesn't spam it, bro.
That sucks. It's okay.
It's okay. One more time. Hold up. So, unfortunately, I don't have another pair of headphones. So, Mia. Oh, by the way, guys, this is Mia, a.k.a. mine girlfriend.
Hey, yeah.
Say hello.
I am mine. My name is mine. Mia Matz. Mia Fats also. That works too.
What's your art name?
Art by Matz. At Art by Matz on Instagram.
Oh, already plugging? Already shamelessly plugging?
No shame. I don't care.
Okay, well, as you could tell, she's an artist. And as you can tell, we're doing art today.
Yeah.
This is like a wine and paint, but instead of wine, it's sparkling water.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with being sober, but we could also get slizzard as well.
I don't
You
drink.
can't. You can't.
I don't drink. It's against my religion, Mia.
That's fine. I mean, I can though, so.
Baby, fix
If
your
I
claw,
want to.
bro.
What
It's over here
call?
looking like...
Why? What's the difference?
I don't know. Bring it in a little bit. There you go. There you go.
I don't podcast. I don't know what this is. Like, I'm just here, and I'm here to paint.
Well, thank you for being with us. So we're going to paint, and basically the premise of our painting right now is we're going to start... Do you want to explain it?
Yeah, okay. So I saw this on TikTok. So basically you have to, each person has like a canvas, and you start
Check.
off with, yeah, we have the canvases, the paint, the water, everything. And so we're going to start off like with our own canvases, and then like midway through we're going to switch and see what each other have. But don't say anything. Like, don't be like, oh my God, this sucks.
Why would I
I'm
say
like,
that?
I don't know. I'm not going to say it.
You're going to say that about me. You're going to be like, what is this horse shit, bro?
I'm going to do it on purpose now.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, we'll switch midway through and then like continue the painting in our own perspectives and our own outlet and make it our own. It's going to be a great time. But
So basically when the podcast finishes, we'll have two separate paintings that we both worked on.
yeah.
Teamwork. High five. Players ready. Get your canvas. Okay, Mia. As you know, I run a self-improvement podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're doing good at it.
Wow.
I watch every episode, by the way.
Yeah, low key. I get like every podcast gets like 5 views, and it's like you, my mom, Coco, and my cousins.
So,
And that's all 5. And then my dad, make it 6 views.
whenever you talk about me on here, it's always, I come back to you the following week and I'm like, I literally did not say that.
Yes, you did though.
I did
Whatever
not.
it is. Baby, you think I come on here and lie to my
No,
listeners?
I'm not saying you're lying, but like, I don't know. He keeps saying I think $1 million is a lot, but it's not, I'm not saying that. It's the whole context, but I'm not saying that. I'm not an idiot. Anyways, what were you gonna say?
Well, I like where you go with that. Can you explain? Because I always get on here and talk about how I think $1 million is completely achievable, and you're like, you make me sound weird when you say that. So can you explain it from your point of view?
Yeah. When we were talking about it, he said it in the context of like, I want to make $1 million, and like when you say it like that, it's like, you know, I want to make $1 million too. So does everyone else behind me. Like we all
get
want
in
to
line,
make
buddy.
yeah, like back of the fucking line, get a ticket. Like, so like when he says it like that, I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, but like, I didn't mean it in a way of like $1 million's a lot of money, because realistically, like I told you, like in GTA, there's like inflation in that fucking game. $1 million is literally $10, and it's like basically the same thing. If you want to enjoy your life and like have fun in this very expensive, inflated life that we live, but yeah, it's like, I mean, I guess yeah, people are like GTA is not real, but bitch, with prices.
Are you balling out in GTA?
Yeah, well, only because I've been playing it for a long time, so like I feel like I have like I got the money glitches going. I have like a lot.
Every night I'll text my girl and be like, hey, what are you doing? Thinking, unwinding with like a bubble bath and a glass of wine or something. And she's like, I'm fucking murking noobs in GTA, bro. And I'm like, oh.
It's so fun. It's so fun. Last week, I was doing like stunt races in GTA. If you're a fellow player, their stunt races are like really fun, and people go on the mic, on live mic, and like the GTA Online community is literally the worst people.
Is it as toxic as the COD community?
It's about the same. I think COD is worse, honestly.
Xbox Live 2008 COD community, and any lobby you got in, you had fucking little 6-year-old white kids calling you the N-word and saying they're gonna rape your mom and shit. And you're like, Jesus,
yeah. Mama's fat tits. Yeah. Fucking mom on the mic.
Oh, you're familiar. That was probably you, huh?
Yeah, it was that kid. But I mean, like, these kids, we were doing the races, and I'm just sitting there, like, chilling, like, laying back, like, listening to, like, GTA radio, like Blonde Radio, by the way. It's Frank Ocean's radio station there.
He has his own station in GTA?
Yeah.
Wow.
And these kids start getting on the mic, and this kid's like, it's like a fucking clusterfuck. Like, it's literally like, can I ear rape this mic?
Yes.
Because that's how the kids, they're like, what weed are you guys smoking right now? I'm smoking that fucking OG Skywalker big titty OG Bubba Kush 5000. And I'm like, whoa, like what the fuck? I'm like, these kids sound 12 too, which is like also very concerning that they're smoking weed. And then there's this other kid in the background that's like, get your fucking mom on the mic, pussy. Like, let's fucking go. Where's your fucking mom? Like, it's it's so much. At the same time, you have to be like mentally ready to go on GTA.
What do all the little gamer kids say when they realize that you're a girl online?
That happened the other day because they were like, I'm doing the races and I get like mad on these races, and
you get mad?
Yeah,
like nerd rage.
These fucking kids like will like be driving and shit, and they'll like specifically like go after you and like hit the back of your car, so you like fly into the fucking wall. Just like, I want to quit now and literally get off the game and throw my PS4 in the trash, but like. He hits me off the edge, and I'm in like first place, killing it, like just absolutely killing it. And this kid hits me off, and I get on the mic, and I'm like, whoever the Zentorno was that pushed me off the edge, you're a fucking pussy. And he literally, the kids are like, that's a fucking girl, what the fuck? Show your tits. Like, I'm like, what?
As if you genuinely showed your tits and they were gonna see them somehow through the power of a PS4, bro.
Exactly, but like, what was it? I unmuted my mic, and I like in another lobby, and I like lowered my voice, and they like thought I was a guy, and I was like, I should do this every time because I hate getting disrespected every time I want to play a game. Okay,
I'm gonna close my eyes and then do the guy voice, because I need to hear this.
You're gonna do the guy voice?
No, you do it. So if I'm in a lobby and I'm like, I'm one of the little kids in the lobby, I'm like, oh my God, is that a girl? But are you a girl?
It sounds different on like the shitty
There's a girl in this lobby. Oh, show us your tits.
It's literally that. Like, or like I lower my voice and I'm like, nice shot, nice kill. Nice kill. Player XX shotgun 25 XX, nice shot.
That's the voice?
Yeah, but on the mic, it sounds like I'm like a 12-year-old kid who just has a really high voice. And then I'll be like, I'm a girl, by the way, because they'll be like, nice shot, bro.
And they're like, oh, there's a girl in here. Oh, friend request. Your inbox is flooding.
You're going to be like shitting, crying, throwing up over my fucking inbox on PS4. It's literally foul. They're like, can you be my gamer GF? Can you play games? Are you going to be on tomorrow? I'm like, no.
Yeah, get in line, buddy.
Facts. But yeah.
Okay. Video games are fun and all, but I want to talk about something. And you're not going to hear this because you're not wearing headphones, but the audience can hear it, and that's the best part.
I could faintly hear it.
So this is going to be a segment of the podcast that I like to call Brujeria.
I heard it a little bit.
Do you know what brujeria is?
Of course I do.
You dabble, huh?
I mean, yeah.
So I kind of want to bring this up because when we started talking, even before we started dating, I kind of knew you were into like brujeria. And then I was like, hey, my mom does all that. And you were like, cool. And then along the lines, I've seen you like do a lot of stuff, and you have like a little whole spiritual corner in your room, and like that is something you dabble in heavy. And I think somehow that dabbles along the lines of like self-improvement, because like my mom is a white witch, so she does everything to like lift energies and cleanse energies and do everything to avoid like evil stuff. And I think you kind of do stuff along the same lines.
I do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you be casting spells and shit.
I mean, I'm a white witch when it comes to, I know the name. There's a name for a witch that does a little bit of everything, because they're like green witches that mostly work with like herbs and stuff. Like, and they like make spell bottles with herbs. I'm blanking on the name right now, but there's a type of witch that can practice like light magic, dark magic, and like green magic if you wanted to as well. But, yeah. Are you asking like what I do?
Yeah. Let us know.
Okay. Well, yeah, you don't know what I do. Like,
I don't, and I'm always afraid that you're casting spells on me.
Why would I do that?
Because sometimes the other day she pulled up. She had gone out with my roommate, and they went to some brujeria stores and picked up a bunch of stuff. And she brought back a candle that was jet black. It was like the color of this water, if you guys can see it. It was a jet black candle, and on one end it said it in English, and on the other end it said it in Spanish. And the English side said, "To ward off my enemies," and then the Spanish side said "muerte pa mis enemigos," which means death to my enemies. And I was like, baby, these are completely off. I was like, and she's like, yeah, but it's just, I was like, what is this for? And she's like, it's to, to keep bad vibes and bad energy for people that have like bad and malintent towards you. And I was like, this literally says it's gonna kill them. And she was like, it's not gonna kill them, silly. And I was like, okay, is this for me?
No. I
got scared.
Are
I was
you my
like,
enemy?
I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. I'm like, damn.
No, I don't do.
I just see this is where I'm like, God forbid I have one little argument with this girl, and then she's like, death to my boyfriend.
That's so dramatic. That's so dramatic. First of all, I would not cast spells upon people I love. I own only that's when my like dark magic comes into play, is that spells like I think spells should only be cast on people who like not deserve it, because that's like very strong, but like people who have done you wrong, and I need to understand what that wrongdoing feels like upon them, if that makes sense. Like,
so it's kind of like evening the playing field.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna like kill them. Like, let's fucking like. It's like I'm not gonna do all that. Like, it's like I don't want to talk about things I've done on here, because it's like that's public knowledge, and I don't feel like making that public. But
have you done bad stuff?
No, I haven't like done bad stuff, but I was explaining a spell I did on S1 on two people that did me like very fucking dirty a while back, and I was explaining to him like a couple days ago, and I kind of like what I do and what I aim for in those spells is kind of a taste of your own medicine spell. So like I'm not going to like bring upon exactly what they did to me, cuz I really wouldn't wish that upon anyone, but I want them to feel that same pain that I got, emotional pain. It's not like physical pain. You're going to get hit by a bus. Like, it's like emotional pain. Someone's going to come across you. So you're going to come across someone in your life who's going to teach you what that felt like, so you never do that again. Even if you're not like, oh my God, I can't believe I did Mia wrong 6 years ago. Like, I'm never going to do that again. It's just kind of like... Like,
it just happens in that moment, and they're like, I knew I shouldn't have wronged Mia.
Right. Like, it's not like that, but it's like, like, they're going to feel that pain and think to themselves like, Jesus, I would never wish that upon my enemies, and I would never want to do that to someone else again.
That's fair.
Right.
I've seen you do like little candles. Sazo does this too. You guys like light candles, and then you leave them burning all day, and then you do like a prayer or something. My mom does that too. My mom made me do a candle one time where I had to write out.
That's light magic.
Yeah, I had to write out like all my like goals and things I wanted and everything I wanted for the upcoming year. I think this was like going into like 2019 or something. And then we wrote that, and then we put it in like an orange. Like we peeled an orange and put it in an orange and put like a bunch of like pennies and all this like spices and herbs and shit. Yeah. And then we lit it. And then the orange like blew up.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to, hypothetically, when it's done burning the candle, you leave that burning the whole time. It's supposed to burn the piece of paper that you wrote all your like the shit you want on it. And then it's going to come true.
I mean, yeah, but like you can't just like, this is where it gets like complicated, where people are like, it's fucking fake, like it doesn't work, witchcraft. But like you really have to like believe that whatever like you're manifesting, I guess that's what you're doing. You're manifesting in that sense, and manifesting's more so like light magic, especially with a candle, herbs, like lighting it all day, saying your prayer every day. And that's what I do a lot when it comes to like manifesting, I guess, because I do candle magic mostly, which is just working with candles and burning with fire, like burning whatever the prayer may be, or like, yeah, I don't know, like that's mostly what I do. But I guess with that, like I was saying, you really have to like emotionally believe that like whatever is happening is gonna happen. Like it's very important. Emotions and visualization are like the most important steps, or else the spells just, if you're just like, I really want this, so I'm gonna write it down on a piece of paper and wait for it to happen, you can't.
It's not gonna happen.
No.
Okay, well, real quick before we go to this intermission, can we show the audience what we have before we trade art pieces?
I literally haven't done anything.
This is what I told you. I can't multitask like that. I was like, you want to paint on the podcast? And you were like, yeah, it'll be great. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to do that, bro.
How about in the intermission, we like can pull up a picture on your phone if you want and just like start doing that. If you want to, like, you can like, so then you have like a little reference. And if you still can't, you can't hang, but I don't know.
This is what I am handing off to Mia. And that's what she's handing off to me. Whoa!
I literally have done. Nah, but seriously, bitches be selling this shit for like $5 million.
Speaking of, oh man, bro, I'm looking at my painting and I could have done something way funnier, but I'm gonna incorporate it still. Anyways, okay. Speaking of brujeria, I want to talk about this. I was gonna talk about it by myself on my next podcast, but then I was like, well, I'm about to have Mia, and anytime something like this has happened, Mia's been here to witness it. So I want to talk about this real quick. Do you think my apartment's haunted generally, or like there's some bad like energy lingering here or something is going on?
Yes.
I bring this up because one time me and Mia were just chilling here. When this isn't the Frequency podcast, it's just a little hangout space. So me and Mia were just hanging out on the couches, and this wall behind me is just a wall that leads to an alley. I live on the last apartment of this building, and so there's an alley here and an alley behind me. There's no connecting wall to any other apartment or anything. And me and Mia are talking, hanging out, and vividly hear like on this wall.
The most like distinct knock, like it was like someone's knocking at your door, like a police is like, it was like very like obviously coming from here. And
we were both talking like, ah, blah, 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 and then we both stopped. And we were like,
what the?
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I was tripping.
Did you hear that? And then you were like, was that like a neighbor? I was like, this connects to nobody. This connects to nothing. Why would that be a neighbor? So that was probably one of the spookiest things. The other day we were chilling in the Fungin, and all we heard was like, it sounded like a voice, but it was like,
yeah, like someone is doing like what you just.
Yeah, it sounded like like a little squeaky, like a high pitch, like, and Mia, but like, it didn't sound like the fridge making a rumbling noise or my computer or anything. It was like a very, like, it sounded like a person. And then Mia was like, did you hear that? And I was like, yes. Yeah. And then the other day, I was telling you about this. You weren't here for it. I was in my roommate's bathroom because when she's not here, I use it to pee because I'm too lazy to go all the way to my room.
You didn't tell me about this?
No, I did tell you about this, but you weren't here.
Okay.
And literally, I was peeing. And as I was peeing, I vividly heard a hello. Like with a hello, like a question. It was asking a question, and I made it sound way too happy. Like, hello. It was literally like, hello. And I was like, what? And I just kind of looked around because I was the only one home. And it sounded like it was faint enough to be coming from my living room. Or if you want to get even creepier with it, it sounded like it was coming from Sazo's room, and I could hear it through the wall kind of faint. I was like, that's so freaky, bro.
Yeah, I was telling him when we were talking about all this, and I showed him, actually, before I get into that, speaking of, I showed him a video of, if y'all know what skinwalkers are.
I wanted you to talk about this here, too, because I was going to bring that up.
I'll explain the first time I came to this apartment the first time ever. We were going to Blue Mondays all as a group, and I walked in, and immediately when I walked in, it wasn't like there's a presence here, but it was like there is like a very distinct like dark energy here, like, and it's like not like a harmful energy where it's like in The Conjuring when it's like
I'm gonna get possessed or some shit.
No.
I'm just gonna be breaking my back, contorting in the middle of my sleep, like, oh,
fuck, I have a podcast to film, I can't be doing it. But yeah, like I walked in and I was like immediately like, what the I got like sad, like I was like immediately like just like filled with like a sad energy, and I was just like, I shouldn't be here, like I want to go home, like, and I wanted to go home so bad. I was just like, I want to go home, I don't belong here, like that
bad, bro.
Mm-hmm. Well, it might have been because it could
I'm
also,
over here like my apartment scares people off that bad, bro.
No, it also could have been like because it was the first time I had ever hung out with like everyone as a group, like, and I had no idea who like any of you guys are, like, or were. Mm-hmm. So like I was like very out of like my usual people I hang out with, and there was like everyone was there, like all these people I was supposed to scare act with, they're like following you, and I'm like, okay, I have to be okay with this because I'm gonna like be working with these people, like it's not like just like a random group of people I don't need to be with, like I should be with these people. And I like pulled through, and obviously that was good, but yeah, like it was a very like weird vibe. Not in, like it was,
and it's weird because I was telling you, you're not the first person that said that. I had long ago another person came in, and he's like a very spiritual dude, really into like crystals and energy, and it's the type of dude, I'm not even making this up. He wouldn't drink out of plastic water bottles because he's like, plastic's bad for you, all this stuff. He would drink out of like this big water like jug, kind of like a hydro flask, and keep 2 amethyst crystals at the bottom of his, what is amethyst? It's like that
purple.
No. What's like the white one? Quartz. Yeah. He would keep like quartz crystals in there.
Yeah.
At the bottom of his water that he drank, because he was like, it's like cleansing my body as I drink it. He was one of those type of spiritual dudes. And he came in here one time. And the one time he came in here, he's like, yeah, there's a bad energy in your place, man. You should like be weary of that. I was like, what the fuck?
100%. Like, and I couldn't, and I still can't like pinpoint if it's like negative, like it's like it's not like a get out energy, like get out of here, like you don't belong, like it's not like a like spirit, but it's just like I don't know, it's very like spooky energy. And like especially that night we watched this documentary that one night, it's about Elisa Lam on Netflix, and I was true crime cases spook the fuck out of me. Like
that's crazy because I feel like most girls are crazy and they're like, I love true crime, and they're just binging it.
It might be because like of the spirituality, and like I don't fuck with like tortured souls. Like that is such like a scary thought to me. So like, but like horror movies where they're fucking like bending over fucking sideways and like breaking, like crawling on the floor, I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it, let's run it. But like yeah, when we watched that movie, I was immediately like, I was already spooked as fuck, and then like I just felt like such like an uneasy energy. Like I was like, I love you very much, but I was like, I want to leave, I want to go home. Like I'm so scared, I don't want to be here anymore.
And you did
tripping? No.
Oh, you spent the night, huh? Because it was too late.
But I also realized like if I go home, I'm just gonna be fucking wanting to die, because I'm alone and like scared. So I was just like, I was too scared to like get up out of your bed. I was so spooked. It was like,
okay, well, let's brainstorm ideas, because I don't feel a bad energy personally when I'm here, but I have experienced a lot of things that I'm like, probably not normal. Like that knock, or like someone saying hello in my own house when I'm the only one around. And you feel a bad energy. Strangers feel bad energy when they come in. My own roommate who lives here also says there's just a bad stink in this apartment.
Yeah.
So let's brainstorm. How do we get rid of the stink? And don't say like burning sage and stuff, because Sazwa already does all that stuff. She's always lighting all these crazy incense and sage and all this stuff, and it's still here. Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, I know this is like very like conclusive, I guess. Like it's very like, I don't know, but I think starting in a completely different space is like a good idea, and seeing if it's like something that's following you, because obviously if it like persists at a new place, like it's a problem. Like you need to go see someone for that. But like I think that's really like the only way you can really like get rid of it, is starting fresh. And in your case, like new furniture, like new colors on the
New
walls.
furniture?
Not
Maybe
for you. Not this.
You know how expensive this studio was?
Not this stuff. I mean, like, just like making your common area like light and like very like only whites, white colors, like bright color pink. Like like you like pink? Why is the fucking like hallway purple? You know, like that's like automatically like a dark color. Like you feel like a dark vibe from a purple black. Like I don't even know.
Grays.
Yeah, like any kind of.
The rest of the apartment, we should probably mention this, is like blacks and grays and purples. It's like all darker tones.
It's like very like gloomy in here. I mean, and like the energy just doesn't help either. So like.
So do you think the spookiness can just be related to the ambiance, or do you think
100%.
it's genuinely something's just spooky here?
Well, you could change the ambiance, and if it like doesn't help, then get out. But
if I change the ambiance and I still hear voices and they're like, didn't work, and I'm like, well, what was that?
Immediately pack your bags.
Didn't work. Woo.
I definitely think the ambiance does not help, for sure. This is like an actual thing in like interior design, is that dark colors on an already like smallish space. You have like a pretty good size space, but like dark walls in a small space makes the space feel smaller. So like if you put white on like these walls or like the walls out there, I feel like it would automatically, white's a very nice light color, like, you know, it's very like it's pure, you know, white is purity. And I think that would help, honestly, just doing that. Even if you have a fucking black couch, it wouldn't even matter. But yeah, I think you should try that. And paint is very cheap. You can paint a fucking wall in a day.
And you're an artist, you can paint my walls.
Sure, I like.
You're like, yay.
I don't know. If it means like making you and Salzo like happier in your space, then absolutely I'll paint the fucking wall.
Your boy likes to hit the gym, and I'm always telling you that I want to be massive, and you're always like, baby, you're already big. And I'm like, you're saying that. You're entitled to say that. You have to say that because you're dating me. But I want to know, because I plan on never stopping being the biggest, the baddest, and the best. And I know that at a certain point, most girls are like, ew, that's too big. You know, like there's like a fine cutoff line.
Yeah.
So I'd like to show you a couple pictures, and then you tell me what's ideal and what starts categorizing or classifying as too big.
Okay.
We'll start with.
If any of these pictures, by the way, represent taking steroids and pumping your body of things that will literally kill you over time.
Almost all of them do.
Okay. Fine,
No, I'm kidding.
You know my answer though, but show me.
We're talking about muscles here.
Okay.
We're talking about what's too big. What about this?
No, that's not too big.
No?
That's fine.
This is kind of like what I'm at now.
Yeah.
That's not a picture of me.
That's good. I think that's a perfect, like, that's fine. That's achievable. It's not like, it's something that you can achieve from going to the gym, like, even 4 times a week and eating a lot of food. You can still achieve that. You don't even have to be there every day for fucking 6 hours. Like, you don't have to, like, be there some excessive amount, because some people just genuinely don't have time to do that. Some people have jobs. They have to work. They can't be there for 3 days a week, like, 3 hours, 6 days a week. Like, I think that's a fine body.
Okay. Now, this is Z's. He's considered the king of aesthetics. And do you know this guy?
No, continue.
Oh, sorry. You were nodding your head like, oh, not fucking Z's.
Is it the dude that you, like, told me about, like, on, I don't even know, like, hello, on YouTube that does the lisp?
No. This dude passed away already. But he was basically like the first fitness influencer. Before there was like Instagram and all this stuff, he was just posting like things on like blogs and Reddit boards and shit like that.
Yeah.
But was regarded as the king of aesthetics. Is this too big?
I think that's not realistic, because you said it yourself. He is the king of aesthetics. So in art school, we talk about aesthetics a lot. It's something that's visually pleasing. Like, it's something that is when we talk about aesthetics, like mostly vaporwave is something we talk about a lot because vaporwave is something that's like imaginative and like it's really aesthetically pleasing because it's so perfect and it fits so well like to what you're like talking about or thinking about that it's like I'm so aesthetically pleased. I'm like, that's awesome. So, but that's the thing, like an aesthetic is visually very like pleasing, but it's imaginative almost, like it's not realistic. It's not something that you could walk up to Bob and Ralph's and be like, well, you gotta look like this or I'll get fucked. Like you can't.
So you don't think it's achievable?
I think it's achievable, but not for the average person. It's not, and that's fine. Like if Steve from Ralph's wants to look like that and put in the work and has the free time, because that's the thing about Los Angeles is you don't have free time. Most people don't have free time to go to the gym because most of them are working paycheck to paycheck. So honestly, in the society we live in, and I hate to be like, the society we live in is bad. Like
we live in a society.
Yeah, but most people cannot afford to go to the gym for 3 hours
every day,
6 days, 7 days a week. That's not realistic for most people.
Okay.
If you can and you want to go for it, no problem. I don't care. Like, go for it. But if you're also taking steroids and medicines, and that is poison, it's literally poison. You should not be taking shit like that. And if you are, have fun dying 10 years earlier than you have to.
Okay. But the question is that too big?
No, it's not.
It's not too big?
It's not.
So if I got to this level, you wouldn't be like, hey, maybe you should slow down. You'd be like, wow, I'm proud of you.
I think if you got there and you're still like being like, I need to be bigger, like that's body dysmorphia. That's not realistic. Okay. That's a fine, like that's your limit. That's
so say I was like, I need to be bigger. And then I was like, I want to get to this level. Is this too big?
If you can, yeah, but that's not realistic. That's not, I'm assuming you're going to show these on the podcast.
Yeah,
but
obviously.
That is a body that's pumped with steroids. It's not someone who's eating 6 times a day and going to the gym 6 days. Like it's not.
Okay, but
no, there's no like okay.
I'm not saying but this body right here that you said wasn't too big was also pumped with steroids.
Yeah, of course it is, because you can't have an 8-pack with fucking like, if you want to go to achieve that, fine. But if it's taking you to take steroids in order to get there, no. You should be satisfied with the body with the blue background.
I think this dude, Z's, has an achievable physique naturally. I just think, personally, he didn't have the patience to do it, to get there. So he started doing steroids. I think he got to a naturally achievable body, but he didn't do it naturally.
And that's the thing with humans, and that's why we're not a problematic race, but we're a dying race, because humans have struggles and basic struggles every day that we deal with that tear us down, like procrastination, impatient. He is impatient and couldn't get to where he wanted to be at an achievable length, because dudes like that will go up on the website, on the fucking Instagram. It's the same thing with girls who have, trigger warning, anorexia and like the bulimia and like things like that, is that like they'll be doing that actively, hair falling out, like horrible things happening to their body, they're dying, and we'll go up on TikTok with fucking crop top out and be like, to like some fucking like sexy sound and be like, this is it, this is hot, this is achievable. It's not. Like, you shouldn't be killing yourself because you want a skinny body. You shouldn't be killing yourself with steroids because you want to look like Zeus, whatever the fuck his name is.
Zeus. That's a good one, bro. We should call him Zeus, because that dude's built like a god, honestly.
Yeah, he's built like a god. At what cost?
Yeah, he died.
Yeah. How old was he?
He was young. He died like relatively, I don't even think he hit his 30s.
That's exactly my point. He died because his fucking heart probably couldn't take the pumping steroids and probably muscle man meat bullshit that these fucking guys take.
Okay, but flash forward 3 years from now, and I do look like this. Would you still be with me?
No, because I know you're taking steroids and lying to me.
But what if I was completely honest? I'm not saying I'm going to do...
But that's not realistic. That wouldn't happen.
But what if I... what if I was like, I'm going to do steroids and become a bodybuilder, and I got like this? Would you...
No.
You wouldn't?
No. Even
if I won the Mr. Olympia contest?
No. That means nothing to me, because the things that come with that culture, and I know you're going to probably take a deuce on me for this, and I'm honest, and most people agree with me, is that
most people agree. Well, let's see what this is.
like the fucking bodybuilder like lifestyle, like Mr. Olympia, whatever, that like painting your body like the darkest shade of orange that there comes, because apparently that's good looking, is not good
It
looking.
accentuates your muscles
You look like a
and your
cockroach.
striations.
You look like a cockroach when you look like that. Like those guys, when they go up on that stage, look like walking cockroaches, because
Big ass, buff ass walking cockroach.
no, they look like roaches because they're orange glowing, like a weird, like inhumane size. It's like the same thing with looking at people from horror movies when they're like all weird and bony and creepy looking.
And disfigured and shit.
Yeah,
You're
it's like, ooh, that's not like realistic. That's not what, like, I'm not attracted to that. I'm
so
not attracted to
is
that.
this the line where it is too big and it's not attractive
No,
anymore?
The line is the other guy.
That's the cutoff. So Z's is the cutoff.
If you're able to get there completely not doing steroids, sure.
Stay there.
But if you're like fucking like that's like fine. Why you would want even bigger than that is like strange.
Have you heard the term bigorexia?
Yeah,
it's a real term.
But it's the same thing as like body dysmorphia, is that like you look in the mirror and you're like, I'm fucking small, when you're like, you look like that, you know, like that's the like, it's a problem. It's not like, and looking at bodies like dude in the last picture is like not realistic, because
This is like a 4 or 5 time Mr. Olympia Jay Cutler.
right, but it's not realistic.
On the topic of realistic, is this a realistic physique or is this too big as well?
That's like, what even is that? Like,
So this is
That's-
something called synthol that dudes inject into themselves, and it's like a type
disgusting.
of oil that you can't take it out. It stays in you
Disgusting.
forever.
but then guys like that will be like, fuck bitches who get fucking surgery, like they're fucking fake, but then walk around with
synthol?
with cinnamon bun arms. Like, you look like a fucking fool. Like,
Well, I'm asking you
You're
this
taking
because
steroids, you're
I'm asking
immediately
you this
invalid.
because you're a girl, and I feel like the reason guys work out, a lot of guys work out, is to pull girls, to attract women, because they find it more aesthetic, more attractive. So it's
Yeah.
like at a certain point that's correct, but also like when do you hit a point where it's too big is kind of like why I brought this up, because a lot of guys are trying to achieve this physique, this thing to pull girls, but then at a certain point they're like, oh, I'm still small, I want to get bigger, and then it's kind of like it counteracts itself almost. It starts doing the opposite effect. Then instead of attracting girls, you're repelling girls because they're like, that dude's a meat freak. Like,
this is where guys have it all wrong in a way, is that you're gonna keep going, and you're gonna get to the point where you're not happy with the size that you're at, because you don't look like Zeus or whatever his name is in that
Zeus?
picture. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, like you don't look like him, so I'm gonna start taking steroids like him. Even if he died at 40, who cares? I'm gonna still take them because I want to look like that. It's the same thing with girls. I'm gonna stop eating because I want to look like her on TikTok, and that's where you have it all wrong. Is that you're trying to convince yourself that it's all good when you're taking steroids, and I'm healthy, I'm going to the gym 6 days a week, I'm fine. I don't understand what, I'm still healthy. You're not. You're counteracting everything you're doing at the gym because you're taking steroids and you're killing yourself. It's not like you have a good routine going, you hang out, you know, people at the gym, like you're fine, you're happy. Even if you don't look like Zeus, you're still happy you're going to the gym. I don't know his name. I don't know his name. But like, if that's the point you're at, you're counteracting everything you're doing, and it's not attractive when you're doing that, because then you're going to sit here in this like narcissistic mindset where you're like, I'm big and I deserve to have girls because I'm big. And like, but you're sitting there like shooting yourself in the fucking arms with whatever the fuck, something that's not. And
with
not,
the synthol soldiers,
it doesn't
fucking
even
massive
have to
biceps.
be FDA approved to know that that is horrible for you. It's just not good. It's
Most
like,
things aren't FDA approved, baby.
exactly, but like you shouldn't be putting like silicone sacks into your boobs to have bigger boobs. Like same thing with girls. It's the same thing as this. Like it's an equal spectrum on that way. Is that, yeah, girls deal with body issues publicly, but men deal with body issues personally, and it's okay. But the second that you're trying to tell yourself that you're healthy, but you're simply not, it's a problem.
Joe Schmo, Steve from Ralph's, does finally get that attainable physique that is attractive. He is comfortable with himself. Girls find him attractive. Now the next step is, I was on the phone with you last night and I was showing you pictures. We were just like sending photos back and forth of like us when we were little, like 2017, 2016, like what we were like back then. And I was sending you pictures. I was like, this is what I would have looked like if we were in the same high school. This is what I look like in high school. And I was like, and if I would have annoyed the fuck out of you in high school. Cause I was like, I would have thought you were cute and I would have just been annoying you. Would you have given me a shot? And you were like, well, I personally wouldn't have shot my own shot because I don't do that. And which got me thinking, like, girls in general never have to shoot their shot. It's like the guy always has to shoot their shot. How should a dude shoot his shot? Because most time guys are trembling in their fucking britches to even approach a woman.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily like that. Like guys have to all the time shoot their shot. It's just most of the time like girls will not shoot their shot. So like it's the unfortunate reality, but that automatically means that guys are going to in the first place. But in a sense of like incorrect and correct ways, I think it's like super important to approach genuinely, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, and like show who you are off the rip. Don't be fake. And it's also that kind of like jogs my memory of like love bombing. I don't know if you know what love bombing is.
Yeah, it's where you come off aggressively strong, like, oh my God, I love you. You're perfect. You're an angel. You're everything I need.
Not even that. It's just like you take her out on dates all the time. You know, like you shower her with like great affection and like nice stuff. And then like you finally got her. And then like you just, I got you. So like I'm going to stop. Like,
but I'm saying like, guys can't even get to that point. I feel like most guys are even afraid to talk to a girl. So like, how do you get past that part if for the fellas?
You just, you approach it genuinely. Like you approach who you are. Like tell them who you are. If you're a fake ass bitch.
Hi, I'm a fake ass bitch.
And some other girl who's also a fake ass bitch will accept you for that. And that's fine. But don't try to like come off as someone who you're not, if that makes sense. Like you have to be like, you have to stay true to yourself and be genuine. Cause like, I don't know about other girls, but I can see right through that shit when you're trying to be something you're not. And
what do you mean something I'm not?
Like when you're like trying to act like chill and down to earth, but like in reality, you're like full of yourself and you have like no interest in being down to earth. Like a lot of people can do that and it's possible and that's fine. Like yeah, some girls act like they're like, I love you so much and I'm an earthly goddess who is like can do nothing wrong, but then like she starts and then she's like every day, are you fucking cheating on me? Are you cheating? Like I fucking who's that other, go talk to that other bitch, and then doesn't respond for 4 hours. Like that's so bad. Like that's like people can fake it just to get where they want to be, like get a girl in this sense. Like
I feel like guys are especially good at that. At like chameleoning. What is that animal? Chameleoning. What's the plural of that? Chameleoning. I don't know.
Trying to become something they're not.
They're masters of disguise. They'll play any card and say anything and be anyone to try to get into some girl's pants. And then once they do that, they're just like, they're like real colors come out and they're like, I have won. And then you're like, you're not who I thought you were. And you're like, and I'll never be. And then they leave.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and it sucks because usually by that point, like a girl or a guy is like already stuck in that shit, and they're like, "Well, I like you a lot, so and I like who the person you like promised me, so now
I like the fake you better."
Yeah, basically. But
to even get to that point, how does a guy approach? to even get to that point, so don't be a chameleon.
Yeah, when you're approaching like to talk to a girl.
What should they say? Should we role play right now? I'm coming up to you. What should I say?
Well, I can't do that because it's you.
Okay, we'll pretend I'm someone else. It's called acting, kid.
Okay, whatever.
What do I say?
I don't know. I'm waiting.
Okay. If I approach and I'm like, what's up, Sade?
No.
It doesn't work?
Yeah.
All right, take two. Take two. Damn, ma.
No.
No?
No.
But you said be true to yourself.
What is damn, ma?
You said be true to yourself.
Esteban, you did not do that when we were talking. When we were talking, you were very nice and genuine and like chill, down to talk, down to like talk about like the deep shit. And I was like, word, I like that. Like, as I should. And you did that. And if you were faking it, bust your ass.
I think by now you would have known if I was faking it, bro.
But I mean, like, yeah, like I liked that.
What if they approach with a pickup line? No pickup lines?
No. I mean, like, if you're dead ass, like, if you're, like, dead serious, like, dang, did you, like, fall from heaven, like, on your face? Like, that is, like, I can tell when you're being dead serious. But if you're, like, obviously joking and then be like, nah, but, like, my name is blank, like, and then just start a conversation from there, like, that's fine.
Is that not boring? I feel like most guys are afraid of being boring. And then also the next thought is, like, I'm going to run out of shit to say. Like, what if I don't know what to say?
If you're able to hold a conversation with a girl and be genuinely interesting and like talk about it, ask her about yourself, get to know each other, and get to the point where you could be like, well, we should go out. Like, what's your number? That. If you're able to get to that point and like have that genuine conversation and she's still not down, go find another one. There's a million other girls and a million other girls who would take that and would absolutely.
So like if I saw you, like we're complete strangers, we're role playing again, we're complete strangers, and we made eye contact, and then I started approaching you, and then I was like, damn, I think I've had a crush on you for the past like 10 seconds. What's up? Would that work?
that would work. That would get me like I would laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not like a pickup line. That's like you're being funny. You know, you're like.
So humor.
Sure.
Humor works.
Humor works, but don't be like creepy. There's a very easy way to be like creepy and like there's a line, creepy and funny. Like you can be funny without being like. Like I could smell you from like you smell so good. Let me fucking get in on that shit. Like you smell so good. Like that's like that's creepy. You know, like if you keep like I don't even know. Like you can be persistent, but girls make it very obvious when you're like, okay, chill.
I could smell you from across the campus. You smell great. I thought I recognized that smell, and you're like, recognize, bitch. This is my first time meeting you.
Exactly. Then you're a stalker, and then I'm like filing a police report. But
so don't be creepy.
Yeah,
don't be fake.
Yeah.
Don't be a chameleon.
Yeah.
Just be funny.
Be genuinely, just be you. Like, be you. And if a girl doesn't like that, there's another girl that'll like that. And it's simple as that.
That's true. I feel like a lot of people, not even guys, but like girls, everybody, which is probably one of the biggest reasons that girls don't do the approaching. A, because they don't have to, and B, because they, just like anyone, everybody's scared of rejection. Like everybody's
absolutely, but
scared,
like,
that's not even a word, but everybody's afraid of rejection.
I tell this to all my friends whenever they're like asking me for relationship advice or anything advice, talking to people advice, and I'm always like, you accept the fact that you can get hurt by a man, a woman. In most instances, it's my girlfriends that I'm talking to. So I'm like, you can set yourself up to get hurt by a man from simply walking out the door in the morning. Like, it can happen no matter what, especially if you're dating. Like, it's more than possible to happen no matter what. So if you're dating, you're automatically signing the bottom of the paper signature. I'm okay with getting hurt because it can happen. You can get hurt. It happens. But it's a matter of like willingness to accept that, but also willingness to know that if you can't tolerate that amount of hurt in your life, you can't date. You can't, because it can happen. It happens. And you can't be like, well, fuck that person, unless they like cheat on you.
And then cast a spell and summon demons on them.
Well, I wouldn't do that unless like it's like the most extreme, you fucking like you did like the most insane thing to me. But like most of the time that's
noted.
Like you just like, it's very easy not to cheat on someone. It's very easy not to disrespect someone. It's very easy not to be abusive mentally, physically. Like, it's very easy to do that. And you don't have self-control and you're a child and you didn't need to like.
That's the bare minimum actually in a relationship.
Absolutely. But if you can't even do that, get out.
Maybe you shouldn't be dating.
Exactly. You shouldn't even be approaching humans if you're hitting people. Like
hitting people?
The guys that like genuinely like beat the shit out of their girlfriends. Like,
domestic violence?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Damn.
But yeah, just be genuine, be true to yourself, and if it doesn't work, next.
And don't domestic violence.
No, we don't like that.
Before we close out here, we already finished painting too, so we'll show the paintings. But it was about goals and aspirations and how you set them.
Oh yeah, okay.
And how you avoid. Oh yeah. Like, we've had this conversation already because my camera can't fucking stay on for more than 5 minutes, but that's okay. That's besides the point here. That's besides the point.
It's okay. You don't have to tell them that.
Do you have goals, Mia? Are you ambitious?
No, I sit in my bed all day and just ponder.
And wonder what I'm doing. And I'm like, bro.
Yeah, what are you doing? What you doing?
Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah, I do nothing all day.
That's crazy.
No, I mean, like my goals or just like what do I do to achieve those goals?
I don't see anyone else here.
Okay, well, you want to know my goals or how I achieve them?
Yes, and how you achieve them and how you stay on track. If you have a track or a schedule or what does it take to be an artist?
Okay.
Because you're in a different realm than I am in terms of art. Like, what does it take to handle that? And what pressures come with that?
Well, it really sucks with... I do analog work, which means it's hands-on. You're buying the supplies, you're painting, hand painting. Like, digital work is like... You buy your iPad, it's $1,000 off the rip, and you have that. That's your supplies. That's. I mean,
medium. You could do that too.
I do that.
Yeah, you made the cover of this podcast, and that's digital, and that shit looks clean as fuck.
yeah. I do both, but I also like specifically to work in analog, which is very expensive over time, and it's the most expensive art I think personally because.
So, for example, podcast cover digital, this analog.
Yes, yeah, because it's hand painted. Like I stood there and. Yeah. The more you know. But since I prefer to do that, it's a lot more financially it's more of a financial burden because I'm constantly going out
like
to
a child.
Buy. Yeah. Like I have to I'm sorry. Basically, I have to go out and feed that child. So I have to go and buy paint. If my brushes are fucked up, I have to go buy new brushes, like new stuff I need. Canvases are very expensive. Like things like that, it's all very expensive. So I think that's the big difference between like artists, like people that do art and people that make art, I guess. Like I do art, I paint, I make art. It could be music, dancing.
I don't want to interrupt you. Can you hand me my cat, please?
Yeah, why?
Because I love him.
Oh my god. He's a big bitch.
Continue.
But yeah, it's very expensive. So
wow, I'm sorry.
Imagine getting rejected
by my own cat, bro.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm okay with that, and I like obviously assume that expense, but I think like with my goals, like making that money back is all worth it, you know? And I think I want to be a freelance artist and a commission painter, which is basically a freelance artist for.
You want to be or you are?
Oh, I will be, but I'm not gonna sit here and lie to myself and say that I am right now because I'm not.
I mean, what were we talking about earlier though?
I know
you are already,
but I also have to work there, and I'm not working right now to be a freelance artist. Right now, I'm working on graduating college and selling my paintings, and that's what I'm currently working on. That's what I'm currently manifesting. I'm not gonna go manifest that I'm gonna like retire at like 50 with like millions of dollars in my bank account yet because. I don't even have a job where I can do that yet. That's just me. I don't know if people want to do that. That's fine. But me, like, I like to take it one step at a time. So, like...
To get there.
Yeah. So, like, right now, I guess I'm, like, doing I'm, like, at a flea market and I'm selling my paintings. And that's going fine because I'm understanding what the public wants and it likes to see. And I can genuinely see, like, a difference between what people want to see and what they don't want to see. Like... A lot of them want to see, like, stuff that is relatable and cool to the eye. Like a skeleton smoking a cigarette. That's cool and relatable. That is
cool.
Right. And I did that, and I was at the flea market that I was at yesterday, and everyone kept walking up to it and being like, well, I want this. I'm like, I'm literally working on it right now as we speak, and you want it. Like, I'm not done. And they were like, but I want it. I was like...
You were painting something, and people were like, give me that.
Yeah. And it's like, of course you do. I have 6 fucking paintings sitting here and you want the one I'm fucking not done with. But yeah, I mean, like that I was saying, I think that was good though with goals, is that taking them one step at a time and achieving them one step at a time. And I was telling you this I read his tarot cards the other day and he was like, the cards have spoken. But I think with tarot cards, like, it's kind of like you interpret.
Yeah.
Yeah, interpret them.
You were telling me that the tarot cards don't tell you what's going to happen. They more so are like suggestions.
Yeah, like this is what you can do to change the course of what could happen if you like stay on this like path. This is what could happen, so change it, you know. More of advice cards I like to think of. And I was telling him like
therapy cards.
Yeah, like, and he was saying on his last podcast, like, I get super overwhelmed like with work,
life,
work and stuff. And I told him, I was like, it's because you like take massive goals and you take them all head on at the same time. It's like driving a Mini Cooper into like 6 semi trucks going down the freeway. Like, you're fucked. Like, you can't. Like, if you at least take on one of those semi-trucks, you have the opportunity of swerving out of the way of problems and stuff. Like,
oh, I thought you were going to say you have the opportunity of surviving going head on into the semi-truck. I was like,
unfortunately, no, unfortunately. But yeah, like, I told him, like, it's a problem and you get so overwhelmed and, like, in your own head because you're thinking of, like, 7 things at once. And, like, anyone's going to freak out if you think of, like, 7 things at once. Like, you take one thing at a time, and if you don't finish it, it's okay. If you don't finish everything in one day, it's okay. And that's what, like, kind of keeps me motivated, is that I'm okay with taking breaks, and I'm okay with nourishing myself, doing skincare, taking a longer shower than I usually would, taking a break from a painting because it's just not coming out how I want to. I would rather take 7 breaks working on a painting and have it look how I want than take no breaks and just being like, I need to get this done, and then it looks very mediocre. Yeah. Damn. I think it's the same thing with you.
Yeah.
But that's how I stay motivated.
It's cool, dude.
Yeah.
It's neat.
Yeah.
Well, where can we find you, Mia Matz?
Okay. At Art by Matz and at Mia.Matz on Instagram. And then my TikTok is Mia.Matz. I post painting TikToks and they're fun and cool and satisfying.
I feel like I put your art on here all the time, but I mean, now they can go see it for themselves. And
what the fuck?
Sorry.
I itch now.
My son has an itch. Negrito baby, say goodbye to the people. That's Negrito baby, everybody. And yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Frequency Podcast. Another fucking technically difficult episode of the Frequency Podcast. But that's all right.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's trial and error, baby.
I had fun. Can I be back on here soon?
I mean, if they like you enough.
You better like and fucking subscribe. I swear to fucking God.
Yeah.
Smash that like button.
Yeah. Homicide the like button. Teabag that fucking bell notification. And subscribe to my channel. All right, guys. I love you. Mwah. Kiss them.
Mwah.
Are you kissing other people, Mia? Seriously? What? Bitch.
Not that Russian fit.
All right, guys. As always, I'm sending love and positive energy your way. Goodbye. It's my favorite sound ever in the world.
I'm so excited to hear what that sounds like.
Oh, we didn't even show the art. We forgot to show you our art pieces. Yeah. So at the end of the day, Mia, can you show us your lovely piece of art?
He has a statue over there, and it's literally a giraffe, and it's wearing a hat. So I literally just painted that.
Let me see.
You thought it was like, what, a dog?
I thought it was a horse. I was like, is that a horse?
Oh, my God.
Is that a spider?
Yeah, but it's like...
Is there a spider over there? Is this something I should be worried about?
No, it was just the paint was drying, and I did it shitty. I don't want to talk about it.
And then I drew this. My prized possession, my pride and joy.
You should hang that
baby.
up.
But it's a stinky Negrito baby with like a stink cloud above him and some flies.
Oh my God, I didn't even notice the flies.
Yeah.
You should hang it up in here.
It's stinky baby.